course, when I go like click and I hold, I basically take the selected index of list box 1, which is the one I just clicked on, and I store it in index 1. Does that make sense? Because index 1 is a variable that's going to last throughout the lifetime of my little program. And then I take the selected item, selected index, and I look up the string that it's associated with. So we know listbox1.items is all of the items in the list box, and the selected index into that array gives me whatever name, like the word wolf or dog or Sam, whatever I clicked on, and I copy that into a string buffer named buff. Because I'm buff. There you go. Okay. Does that make sense? So now I have the word, if I flip back over here, I have the word dog in this buffer string variable. Now the magic happens. I tell listbox1, you're going to do a drag drop. The data that you're going to move around is this word dog. It's whatever they clicked on in terms of whatever the string was. And I want a move effect. And I don't use drag drop a lot, but these move effects I think allow you to have different kinds of effects. But we're going to use move today. So then I have, and this do drag drop is really like where the magical part comes in, because this is where you place the data you want to move to your new thing. And your new thing, your target object, is going to be able to query, that data gets passed over in the event, and it will be able to say, oh, I have some data, now I'll do something with it.
Can you put strings in there, or does it have to be, or I mean, can you put objects in there and not just strings?
Pictures, whatever, yeah.
It is data as object. Now we haven't really studied the object class, but the object class is the most general kind of object, kind of variable in Visual Basic. It will store anything. A pen, a rectangle, a button, a drawing, a piece of text, a number. It will store anything. Because you can imagine when you do a drag and drop, you don't know what you might, they needed to write it in such a way that it was very general.
Like a photo from a file?
It could even store a sandwich, because that's a type of object, okay?
But you'd have to have a graphic representation of it for them to drag it.
Well, yeah, of course. So now under listbox 2, I actually write this drag enter. And remember when we ran it, as soon as I did this and I entered listbox 2 in a drag, the cursor looks different, right? We get our little square at the bottom. Oh, you've got data. Something's going to happen here.
Another function.
And that comes in on this drag enter. So when I drag and I'm entering the zone over the target, this event fires, and I basically just can say that E is a drag event, and I basically just say the effect I want is to have it look like a move. And then when I actually drop, when I release the mouse button, this drag drop fires, and listbox 2, which is the second one, items.add is the thing I run. Does that make sense? Because I'm going to add, I did a drag and drop, I'm going to add to that list box, and I can get the data out of that, whatever I put in here, I can get out by saying, in this case, E, which is a drag drop argument, .data, .getData, and I could tell it the kind of data I'm expecting. I'm expecting text. That's what this data formats .text tells me. And then I'm going to take that object and turn it into a string. Now here's the reason why this line is so complicated. All this stuff is the system is built very generically. Remember, dragging a picture to this code would look very similar to dragging a piece of text. So we have to specify, when we do get data, the kind of data we expect it to be. Because the system can hold any kind of data. So for example, if we go to data formats and hit dot, we've got bitmap and HTML and a palette and pen data and text and a TIFF file and a wave audio and all this other stuff. Because it's very generic. So I chose the text. So this line will add it to listbox 2, And if I didn't, and then the following line, what does that one do?
Removed it.
Takes it off
all
the first
one.
list.
Takes it off the first list. So of course, if we didn't have that, boom, we come over here, dog,
Boom, still
just
there.
copy it over there. We can have as many dogs as we want. Pretty exciting.
And
So to make it a move, not a copy, basically we do that. We just make sure to remove it first. It's not too hard, is it?
So on the list box 1, you said droppable to true. Do you need that, or was that
I
just-
don't. So I could actually say allow drop is false on the first one, and everything still works. Now, I can't go back.
Yeah, because we didn't code that.
Right, but if we were to code that, what do you suppose, so let me turn that back here, this box 1, allow drop true. What do you suppose we'd need to do to code so I could bring them back the other way?
Exact same thing with opposite.
You have to remove it.
So,
Well, tell me what to write. Well, this shouldn't take too long. We'll say, we'll go to our list box 2, and what's the first event? If I'm going to drag from 2 to 1,
Drag and drops.
mouse down, I think I heard somebody say. Okay. So mouse down. So basically I can copy this code.
change it to list box 2, where
So I'm going to use listbox 2's selected index and listbox 2's item collection here.
and the last line has one at the beginning.
And then listbox 2 is going to issue the drag drop event. And then if I say, what's the next one I need? Listbox 2 dot
Drag error.
drag enter.
Does it need to be for list box 1?
Hold on. Oh yeah, it's listbox 1. Because I'm entering now the opposite way, right? I'm coming back. So listbox 1, I wondered why I already had that function. Dot drag enter. And I'll just copy this up here. Now my functions are sort of all out of order. Let's do a different effect. I haven't played with these really. Let's do a, how about a link? Let's see what that looks like.
Sure.
And then the last one, what's the last thing I need? Is listbox 1 dot,
Removed.
it's this drag drop, where we actually move our data around. So instead of going from 1 to 2, I'm now going to say we're going to add to listbox 1, and we're going to remove from listbox 2. Does that kind of make sense? We just kind of did the inverse, so let's see if it works. So in theory, dog over here, boom. Dog over there,
No.
uh-oh.
You just got rid of that though, we just reversed it, right?
Doesn't like something.
You just changed it, you didn't allow it.
Probably.
So let me make sure I allow drop is set to true. I'm going to be really embarrassed if we can't. Allow drop is set to true. And then, so let's put a breakpoint on and make sure this is firing. So that's good. So as soon as I tried to grab it, mouse down fired. The selected index equaled 0 because it's the first item in the list. The string buffer equaled the word dog, because that's what I highlighted, right? And then I told it to do a drag drop. Oh, you know what it might be?
It's that link part.
I think it is. I think it needs to be the same consistently throughout, because if I started it with a move, I think it's got to go both ways. Dog. Oh, hold on.
Does because you removed it, does that have anything to do, do you have to like stop and remove?
Here we go. Eagle. Eagle. Dog. Eagle. Eagle. Dog. Elephant. Dog. Spider.